Micron picking Central New York for a variety of reasons, including access to water. So let's welcome in OCWA Executive Director Jeff Brown. Good to see you again, Jeff. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm really curious. We know Micron is talking like in huge amounts in everything. How much water is Micron actually expecting to use? Try to put it into some kind of perspective for us, I guess.
Yes. So Micron's building in two phases. So we're talking about phase one, which is the first two fabrication plants. They are actually recycling over 50% of the water. So they don't need that amount of water. They're also getting up to 8 million gallons a day from the county from the wastewater reclamation. So that leaves about 17 million gallons a day they need from us. To put that in perspective, Anheuser-Busch, one of our large customers, currently takes 1.5 million gallons a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And okay, that is a great perspective. Thank you very much. I'm also curious too, because we talk so much about all the growth that Micron is going to generate, whether it's, you know, in housing or it's other spin-up businesses. How much are you projecting we'll need to keep up with that?
We're projecting around 9 million gallons compared to the 17 million that Micron needs.
Wow. I'm curious though, is that amount of water available somewhere? Like, how do we get to it? I know we have a lot of sources, and I know Lake Ontario's there. It's pretty big and deep, but how do we get access to all of it?
The great news is that we have plenty of water. As you mentioned in the opening, that's one of the reasons why Micron selected us. Lake Ontario is the 10th largest in the world freshwater lake. And the Great Lakes themselves have 20% of the fresh water in the world. So we're just really well positioned.
The question then is, it's there. Now, how do we get it to where we need it? What kind of infrastructure improvements do we need, things like that, to get it down here?
We have plenty of water. We do need to build some infrastructure to get all that water down here. We've already started. We have some work being done at our Lake Ontario water treatment plant, finished water storage. Once it's treated, it needs to sit for some period of time. And then we have a number of pipelines that are coming down that we are basically going to do parallel pipelines to make sure that we have the amount of water we need.
Would they have essentially their own dedicated line, or do you not necessarily even need that for what Micron is using it and kind of what they're returning back out of there? Like you said, they'll recycle a lot of it, get a lot of it from the wastewater. So as far as the fresh water that OCWA deals with, do they have their own system essentially? Yeah,
we are actually building two parallel lines up from our system to their site. They also are going to have some on-site storage that is going to help us in case they need that in the case of emergency.
So you can't do it for nothing. What's the cost? How do we pay for this? Does Micron pay for it? Do we pay for it as ratepayers? Does OCWA have a source for it? How do we fund this growth?
Well, I mentioned how we're building parallel lines, and that actually creates a redundancy for our community, which is really, really important. If one pipe goes down, we're going to have that second pipe. So given that, we are sharing the cost, the intent. Micron's going to pay their fair share. The state has come forward with over $100 million to support it, and OCWA as well.
Yeah. But for us as ratepayers, when I get my water bill, am I going to see my water bill jump for some reason, have like a Micron line on there or anything like that? Or
I think it's important to realize that Micron is paying upfront capital as well as paying for every drop of water they take. So they are paying for the water. I would say that we have had a history, practice of incremental rate increases to make sure our system remains safe, reliable, and secure. We expect to continue that.
What's the timeline now for this? We know where Micron is with things, with the clearing. They're going to start getting stuff in the ground hopefully later on this year. What about all the systems you talked about now? What are we talking timeline, schedule?
The good news is we have some extra water right now that we have extra capacity that can get them through the first fab. So we have the timeline. So the first priority is going to get those water surfaces up from our system to the Micron site. That's going to be the #1 priority this year moving forward.
Okay, then we can look like in years out where we have to start building. So
correct.
we have a little bit of time then.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit anyway. Jeff, always great to have you in and sharing some of your time and insight. I know we'll be talking a lot more about the Micron impact here on water and many other things in Central New York, but we appreciate the update. Thank you.
Thank you.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.